I swear, man, sometimes virtual reality is like doing too much drugs. Yeah, this is unbelievably cute. Welcome to Stereo 3D Productions, by the way. It's time to take a look at a game called Tethered. This, I would say, to date, is one of the most unique things I've tried in virtual reality. Now, I don't want to say that there are no other games that play like this, but to me, as far as my library goes, this is very unique. But not just that, I find that the presentation itself generally is very original. I've given it a shot. I went through the tutorial and I was very impressed enough to motivate me into doing a video on the game. So we're actually gonna jump right into it and take a look at Tethered together. So we're going to go ahead and start with the tutorial stage, which I've already gone through. I've done a couple of stages, actually, the tutorial and the first island. But right now we're going to go back into the tutorial and start it from scratch so we can learn about the game together. So here we go.
Wake up, Spirit Guardian. They need your help.
Oh, they're going to get my help. They're going to get my help, but before I do that, I do want to take a look around at the scenery to give you an idea of how this game looks and kind of what we're in for. I spoke about drugs during the intro and I kind of meant it. This is somewhere between doing too much drugs and a video game. I'm not sure where on the spectrum it is, but it's somewhere in the middle there. This is pretty impressive. And this being the tutorial stage, I think it's a damn good idea to open on something this good looking because it makes a hell of a good first impressions. It's got that fantastic style, looks kind of magical, and visually it's just great to look at. Okay, this being the tutorial stage, I'm also going to be taken through a whole bunch of steps presented through these text cards over here. Now I have been through the entire tutorial before, but I'm going to pretend like this was the first time I went through it so that you guys can get a clear idea of what you're in for if you ever play this game. So let's get on with it. Let's get started because we got a lot to do. So first they're going to introduce me to the use of the motion controllers. Welcome, Spirit Guardian. Hold your hands up to your face and look at your palms. Wait until you see your motion controllers appear. So I got these hand models here. I just got to line up my own hands with these, and they will reveal my motion controllers and show me my move viewpoint buttons, which happen to be the grip triggers. Notice the location of the grip buttons, one for each hand. Press one of these now. Moving your viewpoint. To move your viewpoint around the island, hold down left grip or right grip and drag your motion controller through the air. So I'm going to go ahead and try this. I'm going to hold my right grip button and move my right hand. Now you can see I'm moving the entire world, up, down, left, right. I can also do this with the left hand if I want. Now, this is really cool because there's basically no learning curve to a control like this. Now rotating your viewpoint. To rotate your viewpoint, hold down both left grip and right grip and rotate your hands as if you were turning a wheel. Try this now. So if I hold down both grip buttons and I sway my hands like this, notice how I'm turning the entire world around my center, which is also something that is pretty intuitive. Changing your scale. To make your presence in the world larger or smaller, hold down left grip and right grip and pull your hands apart or bring them together as if you're playing an accordion. This will change the speed at which you can move your viewpoint around the world. So check this out. If I hold down both grip triggers and I expand my hands, I enlarge the world scale. If I bring my hands together, I reduce the world scale. Now there is an element of this that you won't be able to see if you're watching this video in 2D. And that is the fact that this not only seems to reduce my FOV or increase it, this actually changes the physical appearance of the scale of objects. Meaning, if I spread my hands far apart like this a few times, I end up with a scale that looks nearly realistic. All the objects look like they're of a real size. And then I can actually do this and compress the world down to a tiny scale. And this not only gives me a wider field of view over the island, but also shrinks everything, including the island itself. This is basically a dollhouse scale. So, that's a really cool feature. And before I go on with the rest of the tutorial, I want to mention that I've used controls like this before in Google Tilt Brush. In Tilt Brush, you move about with your grip triggers. At least you move your drawing with your grip triggers, and you can change your scale and do the rotate thing. Sometimes you can enlarge, you start painting, you reduce it, you continue painting, then you want to do some detail, you re-enlarge it. So I'm familiar with these controls, and I gotta say that they are incredibly intuitive. There is absolutely no learning curve to any of these. So it's pretty nice to see these again in another software. So now they want me to do this alignment thing again. We're going to put my hands up. And now I'm going to be shown the tether buttons, which are A and X. So this is your action button. Press it to continue. Using clouds, you can change your view quickly by jumping to clouds. Point at the cloud and press A. So I'm going to go ahead and enlarge my world scale a bit. And I'm going to teleport to the cloud by pressing A. So you saw I pointed at the cloud, a little eye icon came up, and then I pressed A, and I teleported straight to it. Locking your view. To make things easier for you, I'm going to restrict your view to just clouds for a while. I'll let you know when you have free movement again. So I am basically locked in place now. They're going to make me sit at this cloud. I'm going to get my free movement back in a moment, but now we're going to be shown something by this tutorial. It's not the drugs, folks. This is the game doing something. It's not the drugs. Eggs. Everything starts with an egg. Blue eggs are good, brown eggs are bad. A little warmth will speed hatching. Tethering. Tether the sun to the egg to warm it. Point at the sun cloud, press and hold A, point at the egg, and release A. So check this out. I'm going to point at the cloud, press my tether button, and hold it down and go point the egg, and release the tether button. And here we go. The sunlight is over the egg, and it warms it up. And we have a little hatchling. Is that not cute? Hi there. Peeps. This is a peep. Peeps are loyal servants who live to do your bidding. Tether this peep to the overgrown obelisk. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's the same process as what I did with the cloud. Tether this little guy over here. He's going to walk to the overgrown obelisk. And he does a little dance. And I can't use my free movement yet, so I'll lean in so I can take a good look at what he's doing here, because it's unbelievably cute. The animations are really good. Alright, we're doing the alignment thing again, so I'm bringing up my hands. Absorbed spirit energy. They are showing me the B and Y button. So now it says, press absorb energy now. Now the spirit energy is basically the goal of the game. You've gathered your first spirit energy. Spirit energy is stored in the totem, healing the land and turning it lush and green. Collect enough spirit energy to release your fellow spirit guardians. This is your goal. Got it. Now that it's over and done with, you can have your motion control back. Feel free to explore the world, but keep an eye out for more tutorial text. Hop back to a cloud if you ever get a bit lost. I probably won't, but the clouds are a nice feature. They're basically little teleport points that you can go to around the world if you want a fixed viewpoint. But I like to use these controls, and I haven't gotten lost yet. When peeps want to tell you something, they will send you a prayer. This prayer means your peeps is hungry. Peeps must eat regularly. Food. Tether peeps to food, and they will bring it to the store. If there is food in the store, hungry peeps will eat it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that immediately. Tether this little guy to these little tasty toadstools. Or we could just go ahead and call them shrooms. We spoke about drugs, we're going to stay on that theme, folks. So as you can see, when I tethered this little guy to the shrooms, his predicted path appeared, showing me where he's going, confirming that he is in fact tethered to these mushrooms. What he's going to do is this is pretty cute, he's going to go ahead and harvest us some tasty mushrooms, and he's going to haul them back to the store. Now when they say the store, it's not necessarily a place where you buy stuff, it's storage that they need. And here we go, look at this little guy. Is that not cute? Is that not absolutely cute? I love the feature of the world scale because you can actually get a moment where you'll just look at the game do its thing and get this kind of point of view. And then when you get in the shit and you have too much stuff to do or too many things to look at, you just bring it down a little bit, RTS style, and get that nice video game overhead view. It's telling me to tether peeps to food, but I one-upped you, game. Congratulations, you've gathered food. Always try to keep food stores well stocked. If stores are empty, hungry peeps will eventually fall into despair. Despair. Peeps will also descend into despair if they have no purpose. This prayer means the peep has nothing to do. Keep them busy or face the consequences. This prayer means the peep is injured. Injuries will heal over time. Alright, down comes an egg. Check this out. Another egg! Tether your peep to the egg to incubate it. Only blue eggs will hatch into peeps. Incubating will turn bad eggs into good ones. So let's go ahead and tether this little guy to that egg. And there are indeed two different types of eggs. Actually, one egg can turn into the other type. When it drops, it's initially blue. If you get a peep there on time to sit on it and incubate it, it will remain blue and hatch a peep. If it turns brown, it hatches something else. We'll take a look at that later. The tutorial will take us through it by design. Check this out. We're going to go back to full scale here in order to take a look at the birth of a peep. How you doing, guy? What I like about this so far is that when you're in front of them, they actually stare at you, which is just even cuter than it already is. I mean, look at this. Is that not cute? Is that not absolutely cute? Hi. Welcome. Welcome to the world. Crystals. Crystals are spirit energy in solid form. Use peeps to gather them and return them to the totem. Weather. This is a cold cloud. It freezes things. How could this help you? Well, check this out. First off, I don't want any of these guys to run out of purpose. So I'll have this guy continue getting food. And then I'm going to try to get this guy to the crystal. Oh. Oh, wait. What's going on? Well, they just introduced me to the cold cloud. Check this out. I want to take the cloud and tether it to the treacherous torrent. And that will freeze the river. Or the torrent. And then what I can do is just tell this little guy to finally go get the crystals, because he can walk on the ice. That's a pretty good sequence for a tutorial. They got everything in right order. They're gonna get even trickier later with it. They got nifty with this. So I already have a full operation going, and we've only just started the tutorial. What you're going to notice in this video is that this game will progressively get more and more hectic. It is actually a little more complex than you would expect. So now I got a whole bunch of spirit energy to collect. I'll go ahead and do that. And that will make my land more lush and green. As the totem acquires spirit energy, its power heals the land, turning it lush and green. Healing the landscape will reveal artifacts and building sites. Artifacts reveal secrets of buildings to the peeps. This one teaches them how to construct fields. Tether a peep here to acquire this knowledge. I'll go ahead and take this little guy who has nothing to do and bring him there. We can actually check another cute little animation. Field knowledge. So now my peeps have learned fields. However, I'm gonna need resources. So, healing the landscape has revealed a building site. Tethered peeps here to construct a field. But first you need resources. So now they're showing me the location of different resources. Wood, stone, and ore. The first thing I'm gonna need is wood. And this guy was going into despair, so I'm going to give him a purpose by making him a woodsman. Or a lumberjack, whatever you want to call him. Now, here comes a pair of eggs. Check this out. I'm gonna incubate this one. But the way the game made this, it's pretty smart actually for a tutorial. This egg will go bad no matter what. They made it so I can't make a second peep go there on time. And that's actually a really good idea, because then they get to demonstrate to you what happens when an egg goes bad. I'm gonna take care of this new peep here before I show you what happens next with the brown egg, which is about to hatch any second now. And you, I'm gonna see if you're good to construct a field. Need resources. So here, there's a whole bunch of options I get when I click the location of a building site. So I actually tether this guy to the building site, and a menu pops up with a bunch of things I could build on that site. Right now I'm allowed to build a field because I've gained the knowledge for it, but I still need more wood. I've got 5 wood, I need 12 total. It won't be too long. In fact, I will give this guy more purpose by sending him to the woods. There are going to be 3 harvesting wood at the same time. Now you might have seen while I was talking about that the brown egg just hatched this weird little thing here. They're going to talk to me about it any minute now, but at this point it's time to go for the building. These things are kind of harmless, but at the same time, when you want a peep and you don't get to the egg on time, you get this instead of a peep. So, now that that's done, I'm going to try to get a peep there on time to save that egg, because I would like more little minions working for me. And it appears that I've got enough resources to start my building, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. He's probably going to drop the wood he's carrying, but I don't really mind. I need to build a field in order to address the food issue as quickly as possible. Grubs. This is a grub. Brown eggs are bad eggs and hatch into grubs. Grubs will crawl to the edge of the island. They make a tasty and nutritious snack, so they are absolutely harmless, and if you kill one, it actually leaves behind a kind of egg, which is, once again, super cute. And I got myself another peep here. So what I'm going to do is I'm immediately going to give him a purpose. He's going to go farm the land. And this little guy, he's going to go get me some stone. Because I'm going to start needing resources across the board. Now I just heard the music that represents an egg falling from the sky, but I'm going to let that one go bad because I'm going to give you a word of advice. If you play this game, make sure you don't have too many peeps. Not more than you need, because then it gets too hectic and you're going to start losing them. Info button. Lift your hands again so you see your motion controls appear. And notice the button here. Now what I can do is you can access useful information on buildings, peeps, critters, and resources by pointing at them and holding up on the thumbstick. So this is the peeps' name here. I can actually check their names. It's pretty cute. Ceres, Garen, Alwyn. Funny little names. I can check my totem to see all my resources, the number of peeps I have, and all the buildings I've built. So this is pretty much a global control for the entire game. Whatever you point at, you hold up on the thumbstick, and you will see information about what you want. Alright, I have another artifact that the tutorial just showed me, except it appears none of my peeps could make it there. But they also are introducing me to wet weather. So check this out. I'm going to tether the wet weather to that parched plant, that really dry looking plant. And that will actually regrow it. At which point, I can go ahead. I'm going to do two things here actually. I'm going to have this guy hatch that peep, and I'm going to send this little guy over here on his way to read that artifact. There's a lot of things going on all around me. The eggs are coming down. It's really my choice to decide when one will be converted into a peep, or when one will be just let go as a grub, so I can manage my peep count. And immediately I will give this guy a purpose, and I will give this guy a purpose, so that I can work on the rest of the tutorial. So right now I have a field that has nothing in it anymore, or almost. I'm going to redirect sunshine on that field to regrow its resources. I've also learned how to build a barracks, which is gonna come in handy later. Night approaches. At night, creatures emerge, looking to feed on resources, crystals, and peeps. Prepare your peeps by constructing a barracks here. Now, I'm not exactly sure on how much resources I've harvested, but let's see if this little guy could build barracks. Need resources? I will need some ore, so you'll go ahead and get that ore that I need in order to get started at all. My field is nice and clean. I could regrow the wood by taking the rain there. Now I think the night is coming, which is what that sound represents, and this is where the game gets extra challenging. So I've already got a guy on the ore. I've got a guy on the stone. I'm going to send another guy to the ore so that my ore collection goes faster and I can get myself some barracks. I've let go of another grub here. I really don't mind it. As you can see, I've already got plenty of peeps to manage. It can get extremely hectic. I want to make sure I keep everything in check. He's getting food and he's gotten a lot of it. I'm going to make him come and get this. There's a little crystal there. It's very important to get these crystals because as the game showed me at the beginning, they are that spirit energy that you need in order to feed the land and make it look the best it can and unlock everything on it. Here we go. Come here, little guy. Barracks. I'm just going to go ahead and build the basic barrack. I have not found the artifacts for the rest of the stuff, so let's go ahead and construct. Got two guys harvesting stone. This little guy harvesting ore. Absolutely beautiful. Check it out. When you build something, you get this little rain of tiny polygons that come together to form the building. It's somewhat simplistic, but I thought it looked really, really cool the first time I saw it. There's a lot of things this game did impressively. For something that isn't necessarily AAA or super popular, I'm very, very impressed by the work that's been done to accomplish such a creation. Alright, perfect timing, buddy. You're gonna come here and take care of this, peeps, because our barracks have been built. Heroes. Well done! For each barracks you build, 2 peeps can be promoted into heroes. To promote a peep, tether it to the totem. So I'm going to wait for this guy to be done with his incubation. And I'm going to go ahead and upgrade both of them to heroes. So here's what I do. I take the one that just did the incubation, tether him to the totem, and go ahead and hit promote on hero because I haven't unlocked all the other roles. You? Hi there. You will be born and immediately converted into a hero. Are you not lucky? Are you not happy and lucky in everything? Now, of course, this tutorial being really well timed, we're going to be getting nightfall very soon. So I'm going to go ahead and regen my food here with some sunlight. Regen my wood here with some rain. And now I have 2 heroes. And here comes the night. So I'm going to strategically here send, not that guy, send this guy over to the left end of the map so that he harvests food, but mostly this is for strategy in case there are critters that show up over there. So we have our first critter of the night. I kept a hero here in order to take care of the ones that show up on the right end of the map. You can actually see the critters crawling up on the side of the island before they show up and give you a hard time, so you can sort of predict where they're going to be before you get trouble from them. Now you might see that my guys are actually engaging combat uncommanded. If one of your peeps runs into a critter, he's going to attack it automatically, and that makes a lot of sense. Otherwise it'd be very difficult to manage by constantly having to click them around. Right now there's a good deal of battling going on. I have to keep giving them tasks once they've killed what they had to kill, because otherwise they will go into despair, and they will do it quickly. I need to make sure that I've got all my bases covered before I get one of these guys out of here. But as you can see, this is the tutorial battle, and it's already real. This gets incredibly hectic. And you gotta stay on your guard, because sometimes you'll have one piece that becomes really injured, or you'll just simply lose one altogether. Now here we go. There's more fighting going on this end. Now when they kill something, you want to go ahead and harvest the spirit energy that it drops behind. I want to send this guy to continue fighting. Very important to make sure that they fight everything. Right now, finding it a bit difficult to manage, so I'm going to reduce the size so I can do this a little easier. I'm going to go ahead and tether this guy to the other end of the map. I don't think there's going to be more critters coming up this side. They appear to be all giving me trouble on the right end of the map, and they're actually crawling across it. You are actually going to go ahead and pick me up some crystal, bring it back to the shrine, or the totem as they call it. And here comes sunrise. I'm going to go ahead and have this guy get some food. This guy killed that evil grub just on time because he is blinking injured, which means he's almost dead. But I have made all my peeps survive the night. This is pretty cool. Congratulations, you've survived your first night. Each subsequent night, critters become stronger, bolder, and more numerous. I've got some rain here, so I'm going to regrow my wood. I've got some snow here. I'm going to regrow my stone. So what it just told me there is rain for wood, sunshine for farm or food, snow for stone, and zephyr for ore. You will find resources are running out too quickly. You can upgrade them. Tether a peep to these trees and hold the A icon, hold the A button until the icon changes, and then release. So I'm going to take one of my heroes here, bring him there, and hold my A until the icon changes. As you saw, there's a little progress bar, spun around, change the icon, and let go of A, and this menu comes up where I can actually upgrade the trees to an actual plantation which will yield more resources than a normal forest would. So go ahead and build that, so that guy has a purpose. And I will take this bored little dude here and make him go get stone. They should always have a purpose, it's very important. Also, I'm looking very well replenished on resources. Food is very important. Keep your little guys alive, so I'm gonna go ahead and replenish my field with some sunlight. Right now I'm up to 60 stone. I think I got 38 ore. Really a ton of stuff. And now it looks like we've unlocked something else. Another artifact. This one teaches peeps how to build a moot hall. So check it out. I'm gonna drag one of these guys to the book so that you can go ahead and read it and learn how to build us a moot hall. Alright, I got some rain here. I don't really need more wood at the time. I should be careful with the stone, so I'm going to take the snow to the stone. I haven't seen the Zephyr cloud yet, which will regen my ore. And my ore appears to have been completely depleted, so now I'm going to have to be careful. The peeps that are going to mine there, to make sure that they don't go mine there anymore, and instead they go for something else, because they'll show up there and they'll fall into despair because there's nothing there. I got one of my peeps actually falling into despair. Let's see if he can build the moot hall. Well, the moot hall only requires 12 stone, and I've already got that. So before he gets really depressed, I'm going to have him build me a moot hall. I've got a peep here that doesn't have much to do. And I do have to demonstrate to you something tragic in this cute little game. So I will let him have nothing to do. You're gonna see what happens. And it may actually surprise you. I've got some food for this guy. He's going to be well replenished. And I need to take some sunshine onto my food in order to regenerate it. I'm going to give these two guys some kind of purpose or another, because I don't want them going into despair. One should be enough. I'm going to make this guy harvest this crystal here, which I've been seeing for a while. All my little guys got some purpose here, except one. That is semi-intentional. I can hear him kind of groaning right there. This little guy, you're gonna go get me some ore, buddy. I know you're bored to death. Y'all gotta help me. Actually, screw the ore, I want you to get me the crystal. You gotta actually scroll around this map with your controllers to find the crystals. Sometimes they hide them in a little corner in order to make it a little more challenging. And, well, I gotta say it works. Moot halls. Each moot hall allows you to turn two peeps into craftsmen. Tether a peep to the totem and choose a profession. Each type of craftsman is better at working a particular resource. Alright, so I think I have a nameless peep here. I'm going to go ahead and select him and tether him to the totem. And then I have a whole bunch of professions. I can assign them. Right now, I would need a farmer, because a farmer would make this little field over here a lot more efficient. So we're going to go ahead and promote this guy to a farmer. He's going to walk back to the totem, and his outfit's going to change. He's going to be my farmer. So as my first farmer, I'm obviously going to tether him to the fields. Now this little guy here, let's upgrade him. I would also like a miner. A miner will help me go and get the stone and the ore. Let's go ahead and promote him. Make ourselves a little miner. You can actually see him turn into a miner. That is so cute. Here's a Zephyr cloud. I'm actually going to go regenerate my ore with the Zephyr cloud. That's the one that you use for mining. Now, the guys that ran out of food, I'm going to make sure that they're sent back there to get some more food because I used some sunshine to regenerate the field. So I got this guy getting stone, I got this guy getting ore. Almost at full resources. That is a pretty huge quantity. Already another Zephyr cloud. Since it doesn't regenerate everything, I'm just going to go ahead and send another one there. If I can actually regrow my trees and get some more wood growing as well with this rain. Now let's take a look at the upgrades. Each basic building can be upgraded. Upgrades still give the benefit of a basic building, but do so much more. Tether a peep to the moot hall and build a tavern. I'm going to send my little hero there to build a tavern. So he's going to basically be turning the moot hall into a tavern. Right, so in with the hecticness. Right now I'm trying to manage every single aspect of the map, and I've got a lot of peeps here. I mean, a lot. So I did say that this would get hectic. I most definitely meant it. Advanced weather. The 4 basic weather types are complemented by 2 advanced forms. Rainbow. Tether 2 basic weathers together to make a rainbow. One of these must be sunshine. Lightning. Tether 2 basic weathers together to make lightning. Neither can be sunshine. Try making advanced weather now. Alright, I'm going to take this and tether it to this snow cloud that just appeared. And they will merge. And I have made a rainbow. Rainbows are cool. Tether them to peeps to heal stress and wounds. They will regrow any resources, and they are only way to cure peeps of despair. I don't want to cure despair just yet. What I want to do is I want to regrow my farm, because it's growing lean. It's growing very lean. So here are my little guys collecting all these resources. Confused? If you need to know the time of day, how many peeps and buildings you have, or other useful information, just look at the totem and press up on the thumbstick. And this is where you get the summary of everything you've got. So I can go ahead and close that by pressing the B button. Just take a look at my map, make sure that everybody has something to do except this little test subject here. Farmer's harvesting mushrooms. As soon as he comes back, I need to remember to send him to get some food. In fact, I kind of need food. You're going to turn around and go do that for me. You now have everything you need to know to tame the islands. There is much more to discover, buildings to construct, and many more uses for weather. Remember, collect spirit energy, build by day, survive by night. Good luck. The thing I missed is the time control. If I hold my thumbstick to the left, it'll slow down everything. Now the other feature is holding my thumbstick to the right, which I don't want to do, because that will actually speed up time, and then I'll be screwed because things will just happen way too fast. Alright, night is falling. I just harvested some crystals. I'll take the spirit energy right there, which is, as they say, the goal of the game. I've got a depressed little guy here. He's gonna go and get me some good crystals. Perfect location for critters. I'm gonna have a hero covering the bases there. And if any critters come in on this end, I'll send the other hero to fight. Right now, it's time to fight, guys. It's time to fight. As soon as this hero's done, I want him to go fight on that side. Again, strategic. I'm trying to have one hero on either side of the island to make sure that I spread them out just enough so that they can actually go and defend the place as much as they can. You might notice when they run into something, when they run into a critter, I don't have to order them to attack. They will attack on their own. But I can also target one to attack a specific creature as well. I'm trying to keep my peeps busy, but at the same time I'm trying to keep enough free in order to be able to fight the critters that show up. So really this is quite a management task. I don't want to lose track of things too quickly. We'll make sure that you're always strategizing correctly. Got a bit of spirit energy from that here. I'm gonna go kill another critter. This one's probably going to, or not. I guess sunrise is coming. When they start doing that, crawling off the island, it means sunrise is most definitely coming. Go get some food, buddy. You, go replenish my field. Okay, he can't put the wood down anymore, so you're just gonna go get mushrooms for now. And you, I know you're not a miner, but you're actually gonna go get me some crystal. Everybody's happy, everybody's got a purpose. Farmer's field was empty, it is no longer empty. You go ahead and go get yourself some stuff there. I'm gonna regenerate my stone with the snow. And it looks like night was not over at all. And this little guy, who was in despair, was about to pick a fight. And now he's injured. Probably gonna have some spirit energy to pick up here. As soon as that peep returns. Go get me some stone. I haven't harvested any in a while. You go get ore. I need to find out which is my miner. The farmer is there. I think the food store is actually full if that keeps happening. Yep. The food store is actually full. That is quite incredible. I've almost got too many peeps. That's pretty much what happens when you let them multiply too quickly. When those eggs fall and don't let them turn to grubs, you end up with pretty much too many peeps. There we go. Let's send that there. I'm going to send the rain to the wood. Make sure that everything keeps regrowing. And farmer boy, check this out. I want to have you do something cool. We have the resources for this. I can convert my field into a pumpkin patch, poppy field, or a potato field. So, let's see what we got here. Let's do a potato field. And there we go. He's got some purpose. He's going to be all nice and happy. And let's see if I can't have this guy upgrade my barracks. Watchtower, armorer, or pyromancer? I think I should go for a watchtower. Go ahead and build me a watchtower, little guy. Don't despair. You have purpose now. When you see a little check mark, it means that the peep is done with his task. And go ahead and collect all this wonderful spirit energy and get the land lush and green, as they say. Send this guy over to the farm and send this depressed little dude over to the stone. Whatever I can give him to do, I need to do it quickly. Gonna regrow my wood. Right now, I think I've got a hero lined up just for that. I sent one to the ore. He's going to fight one of them creatures. I'm probably going to see more creatures crawling up on this side of the map. And I've got a hero right here, ready to fight him. So, and all my bases covered very much. Actually, oh, I think I already had him. I thought he was going for the ore, but I think I already had him towards that crystal. Good. Alright. My peep has killed a critter. There's another one coming. I'm gonna have him go fight it right away. Make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Give my other little guys some trouble. There hasn't been any on the right side yet. Knock on wood. It's an easier night. Oh, here they come. Look at this. The entire side of the map is covered in them. I only got this guy over here. I just want to make sure that this side of the map is not plagued with them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send my other hero here to fight them. It looks like it's going to get messy on the left end of the map tonight. Alright, we survived another night. This little guy did get his ass kicked here, but let's get him to some food. I think he's going to want to eat. Poor little guy. This little guy here, let's go get him some food as well. I'm gonna have one of these depressed little guys upgrade another resource center. This time we're going to go and upgrade the ore into an ore mine, which will produce even more ore. So I'm gonna go ahead and build that. He's gonna be given a purpose. I'm gonna take this little depressed guy, take him here to the stone, and I will build a quarry. And that's going to do something good here. That's going to consume resources to make sure my stores aren't always full. Now, what I'm surprised is how little food these guys are consuming. But I'm not going to mind here. We're going to get some wood. This guy's going to get some stone. This guy's going to get some food. Very important to do so. Regen all my stuff. And you can see the other two beeps are upgrading the resource centers into something a lot better. He's bringing back some crystal, which I'll also be able to collect spirit energy from. So there we go. Oh, wow. Success! Spirit Guardian released on day 4. So it's actually going to time how long it took me to do this. But I did not know that there was actually an end game to these islands. The first time I tried the tutorial ends and you keep trying stuff, right? And you think you've got everything down, but I did not know that this happens. So go figure. I've just found out that there's an end game to these islands. This is so cute. Ooh. Alright, so I got a very bad rating on Spiritual, the collection of spirit energy, and speed of my work. But the use of the weather was an A, and the care of my peeps was a C. Alright, so this is the first real level of the game. This is not a tutorial. It does start the same way. One egg will come down, one sunshine will show up. I'm gonna hatch that egg, unlock the totem, and then I'm gonna get more peeps as we go. You can see here that the landscape is quite different. It's got 3 islands connected by bridges. It's got the same types of resources we saw during the tutorial, and possibly more types of buildings. So I'm going to go ahead and tether the sunshine to the first egg and get him started. We're going to take a look at another new beginning. Oh, look at this guy. Alright, buddy. Come on and unlock this totem for me so we can take a look at more of this beautiful game. Alright, and I've unlocked my first artifact. I do believe I can do this on time. have a peeps in despair, people. I can no longer tether him to anything. He is in full-out despair. He's not even gonna fight the creatures, is he? So finally, I'll get you an example of what happens when they're in despair. You see, I even have him clearly tethered to the trees. Dude, don't do it! Don't do it! I tried to give you a purpose! I tried to give you... I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't give them purpose. And now this little guy, if I don't immediately give him a purpose, he's gonna be a goner too. These guys are getting me wood. And here comes the night. These guys are far from trouble, so I'd actually just let them be. Hopefully the night runs out before they cause me anything remotely troublesome. Second night, it's already getting really hectic with the combat. I gotta be careful not to send them straight into trouble. And I also want to have my bases covered when it comes to construction. So this guy's gonna take care of these critters while the other guy behind him gets to build in peace. Collect my spirit energy. Alright, he's pretty badly injured. I'm gonna have him go get some stone, because right now I'm creating a moot hall, and that will take a bit of stone. He is critically injured. I'm gonna wait for some weather in order to go and heal that little guy. This one's actually getting me some more stone. He is safe, and this guy is not injured, so I'll be able to send him against these two critters here if they cause me trouble before the night ends. I was thinking of doing an outro in this stage without finishing it necessarily, because I've already shown you everything in the tutorial, and for fuck's sake I can't put it down because it just keeps me busy. It keeps me busy like my own peeps. It's like I've got a god above me doing that shit that I'm doing to this game to me. It's pretty cool. I really, really like how they've made this. I mean, it's kind of RTS tower defense style. It's really well done. It's not a style of game you'd expect to see in VR. Or, not necessarily expect, but think of. It's not a go-to genre for VR. You'd think of more of a first-person immersive experience. But I gotta tell you, trying a game like this, that's third-person view with a miniature world that you can scale up and down, it works really great for VR, and the immersion level is stunning, because you'd expect this to be something you only play on a screen, right? And then you put on the headset, and it's in stereoscopic 3D, and you can do the scaling thing and just move around the world, and you feel like these little things are walking around right in front of you. So it really adds to the game as much as a first-person shooter would get from VR. So that's a really impressive thing. I'm gonna go ahead and make me a rainbow here, because I think to some of my guys that aren't in too good shape. Like this guy over here, he's gonna need a bit of rainbow love. I'm gonna go ahead and send it to him. And that will fully heal him. Fully rid him of his despair, if he had any. In fact, the rainbows, as the game told me earlier, is the only way to cure despair. Huh. He's taking back stone, but he's right next to the egg, so let's do this. I'm going to collect that spirit energy. I'm gonna have him go get that. Meanwhile, we can look at one more hatching. While we see our little guy in the background collecting some food. Hi. Holy crap, look at this mess over here. Look at this absolute mess. Are you depressed? Yeah, there you go. I need you to fight. We have kind of a situation here. Please go ahead and fight. I'm gonna need a third one on this. Look at this absolute mess here. Look at this. It's a complete mess. No, no, no. You're gonna go fight too. There we go. Oh, look at that. A three-way fight. Oh no! Oh, I'm so sorry. They can also get killed. And when they do, it's oh no! Oh no! Am I gonna fail? I'm gonna lose another one there too! I'm so sorry! Oh man, that was a lot of creatures. No! No! Get out of there! Get out of there quick! Quick! You're the only one! Run! No, not that way, idiot! Oh shit. Oh shit. Are we gonna make it? Are we gonna make it? I don't think he's gonna make it. Oh no. Endgame! Is the game gonna go ahead and say you suck now? Fail! All your peeps died on night 4. Oh my god. Oh, that is perfect. That is absolutely perfect. I actually hadn't failed a level yet, and I did want to see one of them die. I didn't want all 4 of them to get killed in sequence. Maybe I shouldn't have done the despair demonstration earlier, which actually wasted 1 peep. But, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do to show the game. Yeah, so this actually can keep you busy for several hours. It's a really incredible game. It's hard to put down. It works great in VR. It's got an amazing style. It's super cute. It's got that dark twist and a good sense of humor. I absolutely recommend this to anyone who owns an Oculus Rift or an HTC VIVE kit. It works with both. And really, I mean, to me, I know that there's a lot of RTS games there, even RTS VR games, but this was incredibly unique, and I think it deserves a lot of attention. But that's it. I think I've showed you everything, and I think you're ready to make your own decision on that, so I'm going to thank you for watching. I've been watching Tethered on Stereo 3D Productions. Folks, I'll see you next time.